Hello and welcome to an episode of Atomic Vinyl Reviews. My name's Jacob and I'm here with the Avr News broadcast where we talk about the latest and greatest upcoming news in the action figure kaiju world. So today we have 3 brand new figures coming out from MonsterArts. So let's take a look. So we're here on the Articulation Series website where we've got the whole list of all the Godzilla MonsterArts figures, and up the top here we've got these 3 new bad boys. Unfortunately though, none of these figures are new sculpts. They're all reissues, they're all special color versions, if you will, of old figures, so we got no new sculpts, which is a bit sad because it's been quite a while since we got anything new. Last thing we had was the Rodan and Mothra set from King of the Monsters, but nonetheless, these are going to be some pretty exciting figures for a lot of you guys out there, because we got, first of all, the greatest out of all of these 3 figures, and the one that I'll most likely be picking up if I can bloody well afford it. We'll get into that in a sec, but they're reissuing Biollante. Finally, they are doing a special color version of the massive figure that is Biollante, and I really want to pick this thing up, but as you can see here, she goes for 30,000 Japanese yen, which convert to your currency of choice. However, I'll just run you down, that's probably around 300 US dollars and at least 400 Australian dollars, something like that, give or take a little bit. So she is going to be extremely pricey. God damn it. Biollante is such a difficult figure to get, but I'm excited for this one because I'm missing this sculpt. In my collection, I have most MonsterArts figures, if I'm going to be honest. I'm missing a little handful of them, especially when it comes to the repaints and reissues. I'm definitely missing a lot of those, but I have most of the original sculpts, and Biollante is one that I really want to track down, so fingers crossed you can find a deal on this one. So she is slated to release around the end of 2020, so 12th of December in Japan, and to be decided worldwide or in the US, as you can see here. Moving on, we've got a re-release of the 2001 GMK Godzilla figure from MonsterArts, this time as an atomic ray version, so a Spitfire version, if you will. He's gonna go for 9,090 Japanese yen. That's to be announced what the US cost is, and to be announced what the worldwide release date is, but he's due to come out somewhere in November. This looks like a cool figure, as I'll show in the photos in a sec. He's got some really nice paint applications on his body and his mouth, and he definitely looks like he did in the film when he had his atomic breath. I hope he actually comes with an atomic breath piece, because we haven't seen any photos showcasing that yet, but that'll probably be the main reason to be picking this guy up if you already have the original. I'm gonna probably skip this guy because I do have the original, so I'm all set, and I need to be saving my money for that damn Biollante figure. So yeah, cool figure, probably not for me, but definitely if you haven't picked up the original, this one looks to be really decent. And here we got our third and final of these new figures, that being the Godzilla 2019 Comicon Exclusive figure in transparent blue. So this is a repaint of the 2019 Godzilla that we've seen a number of times from MonsterArts now. I recently just got the Burning Godzilla variant of it, which you can hopefully see here. Cool figure, of course, really great design figure and mold and all that, but I'm getting kind of sick of it. Granted, I actually would have preferred if I got this blue variant over the burning one in retrospective. This guy looks pretty cool. I like the effect. So they have written that it is made of clear plastic that is painted with a blue paint. So he has this really sort of cool effect to him. And I really want to see this thing in hand. However, he is a USA Bandai Premium Webshop exclusive, which means that you can only pre-order him if you live in the US, which freaking ticks me off because I live in Australia, so it looks like I'm not going to be able to get this guy unless it's at a huge premium when he does come out. So that really sucks on my end, and again, I don't really want another version of this same sculpt, as cool as it is, especially for the price. Here he's listed at $88 US, but for a collector over here in Australia, that's gonna go up at least by twice that amount, I'd imagine, to pick this thing up with the postage and the tax and whatever else kind of cost they want to throw on it, and just the fact that our currency was for different amounts than the US. It's not doing very well. But yeah, for you guys in the US, this looks like a cool variant. I mean, it's clearly Tamashii just kind of trying to really milk this mold, if you know what I mean. As it is with all three of these figures. I mean, come on, guys, put out a new figure. Where's a Muto figure, for example, or a Kong figure? There hasn't been a Kong figure since you first started this line, and we have a bunch of Kongs that need really good MonsterArts figures, for example, or hell, a Megalon figure, or Godzilla 84, or just, there's so many other figures you guys could be putting out, but you're just doing repaint after repaint after repaint. But the release date for this one is the 8th, so August or something like that, 2020. So not long to go for this one, actually, so that's kind of exciting. That is super exciting with all those figures coming out. Like I said, I'll probably only have my eyes on the Biollante figure. Perhaps if I can find a good deal on it, I will get that other weird blue Comicon variant of Godzilla, because I really like the look of that thing. But like I said, oh, it's going to be hard to get around my neck of the woods, and it's just a repaint, so maybe not. Probably best save up for that Biollante. Even, yeah, because I've got doubts whether I can even afford that one as it is in this financial climate. Regardless, I wanted to finish off this this video by talking about some updates that I made to the channel. The first of which is I've expanded in some more social media. I recently started an Instagram page for the channel, so you can check out the link to that down below. That's going to be a great place where you guys can get regular updates about stuff that I do alongside the videos, some better photos of all the figures that I'm reviewing, just so you can get more detail from those, aside from the sort of shitty webcam video footage that I got in my general videos. Not that it's that bad, but you know, it's good to see it from different perspectives and angles in the photos anyway. Little behind the scenes stuff like that. And I'll also be doing regular updates on there about some of the custom figures and custom little pieces and sculpts that I'm working on at the moment. So if you haven't seen already on the Atomic Vinyl Reviews Facebook page, I'm working on some Hedorah medallions here. So here's the original one that I hand sculpted, and here are three. Currently I only have three, but I can make infinitely more if I need to of these resin copies of these. So I'm going to bring them in just so you guys can have a look. So here we go, some Smokestack Hedorah medallions. So I'm not exactly sure what I'll end up doing with these. I might make them into like fridge magnets or pins or something like that. You can see the nicely sized medallions. This really cool Hedorah design that I whipped up. He's in his element there, basically smoking from these big chimneys, these industrial factory chimneys, because he loves that pollution. So I'm really happy with how these turned out. I'm still yet to paint and prime them, but I will have some updates on that once that is complete so you guys can see these things brought to life, because I really can't wait to paint in those beautiful red striking eyes that Hedorah is known for. You can see one of these recasts here. So yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out. This was the first thing that I actually worked on making silicone molds for. So you can see the mold here. I'll be making a bunch of copies from this. Another thing that I recently found that I'll have, again, photos of on that Instagram page is this bronze Godzilla sculpture head that I made a number of years ago in uni, actually. In a jewelry and small objects class. So he is made in a process called lost wax casting. Unfortunately, you can't see him all that clearly here because the lighting's really bad, but I'll definitely have more updates and better photos of him coming up in upcoming videos and on the Facebook and Instagram. This guy, he's made of bronze because he was cast in bronze. I originally sculpted him in wax. That wax was then put into a mold made of a very special fine plaster, and then that wax was burnt away in a furnace, leaving the cavity where then you could pour in some bronze in a centrifuge process, actually. So it was spinning while it was poured in. It was really cool. But yeah, this is what I was left with, and I'm gonna try and make a mold of this guy and make some copies. Maybe I can make him into like a cool keyring or something like that for you guys. Yeah, I really like this guy. He's kind of a mix of a couple of Godzillas, kind of like a Heisei mix with a Godzilla 2000. Again, it's really hard to see in this lighting, so I do apologize, but I'll have some better photos of him elsewhere. Another thing I'm very excited about is this 1954 Godzilla head sculpt that I've been working on. He is very large, but what I'm going to be doing with him, instead of making resin copies, because that would just be very, very, very pricey to pour this amount of resin into a mold, but what I'm going to be doing with this guy is making him into hand puppets out of latex. So I'm really excited about that. At the moment I'm still working on sculpting him, trying to make him as accurate as possible. He hasn't really changed much since I did the last little update video on him, sadly, but hopefully when I get some time I can do some more work on him. But here you got a nice good sense of how he's coming along, so I'm really proud of him. It's a classic 54 look. You can see he doesn't have his teeth yet or anything like that. I'm going to make them separately and install them into the final hand puppet and all that stuff like that. It's going to be a little tedious, but hopefully it'll come together nicely. So yeah, there's my 54 very large head. So this thing is going to be quite a while till it does come out, but just bear in mind that it's in the works. It's coming, guys. And finally, at least for now, I do actually have a bunch of other projects in my mind that I'm yet to start. So there'll be more than just these projects, but the current one that I've got in the works is this little, how would you call her? Mofra larvae? Maybe not Mofra. Let's just call her a Kaiju larvae for legal reasons right now. But she's currently in the works, and she's that like a 2019-esque design, if you know what I mean, because we don't really have very many figures of a Mofra or Kaiju larvae like that. So you can see her on the top there. I haven't really done anything on the top here, but I have only really been working on her underbelly so far, and she still is missing her little 6 limbs that she has just here between these legs and her head still needs to be reworked a little bit. So she's still a work in progress, and I'll keep you guys updated on her as well, but I'm really excited about this one here. I think she'll be very popular, because we really don't have enough figures like this, and hopefully she'll scale pretty good with some of your MonsterArts and NECA figures. Maybe she'll be a touch too large, but better that she's a touch too large than a touch too small, if you know what I mean. So that just gives you guys a good little idea of what I've been up to here at Atomic Vinyl Reviews behind the scenes. I've got some more cool stuff coming up on the channel in the next few weeks and days. I'm going to have an unboxing and a review of this Burning Godzilla from MonsterArts here. Really cool figure. But I've also got a whole bunch of King Kong related stuff. So you're going to see a kind of a wave of King Kong related stuff on the channel in the next few weeks. But I'll try and mix in as much Godzilla related content just because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with the big ape. so much as of recently. I don't know why. It just kind of has. It's been that kind of a few weeks that most of the figures and reviews tend to lean into Kong a little bit more so than they probably usually would. But hey, Kong's pretty cool, so I hope you enjoy that stuff in the next few weeks. And just before I close this video out, I forgot to add, I've got a brand new podcast series started on my channel. It's called the Avr Kaiju Podcast. The basic premise of it is that I'll be interviewing various YouTubers and creators who are Godzilla fans out there and learning about their experience being Godzilla fans and introducing them to you guys basically and learning about what being a Godzilla fan has been like for them. And yeah, it's been really fascinating, and I've got some really great YouTubers lined up to participate in that, so I do hope you check it out. I hope the quality will go up and the viewership as well over time, so yeah, I really recommend sticking around to see how that goes. So that is it for this AVR news bulletin and update. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these new MonsterArts figures. Do you feel that MonsterArts is just being really cash grabby and lazy doing all these repaints, or are you excited that we're getting a Biollante figure coming up? And what do you think of my little custom figures? Are you excited about these sort of things, or do you want to see different sort of kaiju being made or different trinkets and whatnot from this channel? Because I got a lot coming up, and I'm really interested to hear what you guys would actually be interested in. So yeah, that is it for this video, guys. I'll be seeing you in the next one. But till then, may all your vinyl be a radiated vinyl. Over and out. Bye.